Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to, well, Gunfire Reborn, and a weird kind of series I'm going to do because I think it needs to be done. I haven't seen anyone on YouTube do it, but I will say I haven't looked for it. This is Gunfire. If you guys watched a video or two on my channel or seen our stream on Twitch, we play this game on and off. I'm doing a character explanation kind of deal, and our first one is the first, or one of the first heroes, and it's this cat boy. Yes. Yes. This is it. And basically, I'm going to explain what this man is. Now, 1, he's a cat. Okay, 2, he's a prince. When I find his name, I will tell you, but he is the first one. And, to relate him to a real world that everyone might understand is, you remember that one relative that comes to family gatherings, and the moment he walks in the door, they rip a mean one and just gasses out the whole room? This is this man. He does smoke grenade and energy orb. The smoke grenade gives corrosion and basically debuffs them. He's a debuff king. Energy orb, well, he locks people in place and does damage. When you level him up, these are the effects. Energy orb cooldown, max shield up, smoke grenade, radius, more energy, shield, and then lower your energy the faster it recovers. Ascension-wise, this is his deal. He does elemental, smoke, and orb. He is basically the elemental debuff cat prince, gas you out into non-existence. 1, wildfire. Just gonna go through them. After affected by an elemental effect, you shoot faster. And it keeps going. 1, elemental rage. 30 damage to people affected by that elemental effect. Energy echo. Energy orb applies the same elemental effect as your weapon to all enemies it hits with a 100% chance of doing so. This is just fire. This is just fire. This is just lightning. And then this is just acid, basically. And again, they all have different things that they do with the level 3. I don't want to go too in-depth because this is just going to be short videos that we do just to show off the character, and if you ever do get this game, you kind of know what you're getting into. Next tree, smoke. More smoke grenades. I like this one. 2, hex smoke. Basically, hey, not only am I going to hit you with smoke that's going to make you cough, wheeze, and do damage to you, I'm also going to make sure that you deal 50 less damage, and you take more damage for 6 seconds whenever you're in my smoke, and that goes well beyond once you level this up all the way. 2nd, elemental shield. After throwing a smoke grenade, you get more shield for 6 seconds. And if you level this all the way up, you get that immunity to that element's effects for 20 seconds. Toxic smoke. Basically, your grandfather after he's had beans. You never want to be next to him because this is basically his ultimate power as a grandfather. Smoke grenade base damage goes way up with plus 300% damage. Not only that, if you level it up all the way, you get plus 500% damage, and you gain plus 100% base damage per second after the explosion. So basically, the longer they stay in that toxic fart cloud, the quicker they're gonna die. Acidic explosion. Enemies affected by your games become volatile and will explode. There's a joke here, but I don't think YouTube would deem that appropriate. 2nd, or I guess 6th, smoke genius. This is that one friend that is really into like vaping or smoking and can do all those crazy tricks basically. And you have no idea how they do it, and they won't teach you because they want to be basically Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. They want to be able to wow you whenever they can. Smoke grenades last for 1 more second, and damage intervals is decreased by 20%. So that means the damage ticks more. And that goes all the way up to level 3, which they tick 50% faster, and it lasts for 3 more seconds. Next up is the orb, basically that other friend that you talk to that's part of the family that always comes over, and the moment you start talking to them, you are stuck in that conversation for hours on end because they won't let you leave, and you don't want to hurt their feelings or anything like that. You're stuck talking to this person. Chain duration. Energy orb freeze, for longer and longer. And The third level, it's minus 30% CD. To be completely honest, I have no idea what that means at this time because I just got out of the shower and I'm very tired. So you can figure that out. Second, Blinding Sphere. The explosion radius of the energy orb is increased by 2 meters. A freeze effect and damage will bypass all barriers. So, shields, armor, anything like that. Third level, it is increased by 6 meters, and the effect and damage will bypass all barriers, and damage is increased by 50% for each target hit. So if you hit a group of 6, well, 5 times 6 there, but that's how much damage it increases for each target. Third, Power Source. You gain more orbs. This is like when, again, you're talking to your grandma, or you're talking to one of those relatives you haven't seen in a while, and they're like, oh, how's school? And then when you're about to finish that conversation and go get some pizza or whatever being served for dinner, they ask then, oh, how's your friends doing? And then, oh, how are you doing on your studies? And, oh, have you thought about what your college degree is gonna be? And it keeps going. That's this ability. You increase the amount of orbs, all the way up to 5 more charges. Energy Bolt. Energy orb that deals 200% damage and has a 30% chance to explode twice. Again, if I had to relate this to the real world, it's like that one ant that you love. You still love them. But every time you come to a family gathering, they're like, oh, so found a girlfriend yet or found a boyfriend yet? And they know you haven't. They know that you are one of the loneliest people in the world and that you would take a long time. And they'll tell everyone once you get one. But they make you feel this. And it always hits twice. It's like, oh no, oh great, I'm lonely, and then, wait, you know this, you conniving bastard. So it's kind of that. A double hit. And what's even worse is that as it levels up, level 2, it has a chance to explode 3 times, and then at level 3, it has a chance to explode 4 times. There's just some questions you don't ask people when you know the answer at family gatherings. Fifth, Energy Blade. After casting Energy Orb, 30% weapon damage on the next hit, and deals 50% damage to enemies adjacent to the initial target. So, basically, again, going back with the relative talk, is you're talking to someone and then they say something, and then your cousin's next to you who's in the same predicament. For instance, oh, you failed a class at college? Oh my god. You know, it's one of those, it's a prerequisite. You gotta take it again. Why couldn't you just pass it the first time? And then your cousin's next to you, and he looks at you, and he feels your pain, because they've never, ever gone through Calculus 3. And it's shit work of math. And finally, and level 3, after casting the Energy Orb, 500% weapon damage on the next hit, and deal 100% damage to enemies adjacent to the target. So basically, big splash damage. Again, same analogy I just said, but more cousins, and maybe a friend who you were on the phone with. And number 6, you have Advanced Shield. After casting Energy Orb, shield recharge speed is increased by 30% for 6 seconds. Level 3, after casting Energy Orb, shield recharge speed is increased to 90 seconds for 90 seconds. It's increased by 90% for 20 seconds, and process cannot be interrupted once recharging has started, which is really nice. Basically, that level 3 is basically, again, with another analogy, is when that ant comes up to you and says, oh, you failed that class, you have to take it anyway, why couldn't you pass it the first time? Then you smack her back and be like, hey, at least I went to college and tried, and I didn't just go there for a month and then drop out. And then you get in trouble with everyone else. But you don't care at that point, because you're like, I don't care. I smacked back at that ant for coming up with a rude question, and I did the same thing. There was no physical beating, it was just a metaphor. I'm looking at you, YouTube. So this is the overview of this cat person. Again, it's small. These are going to be very short episodes, because I want you guys to actually come in and try this and actually get the game. It's a really fun game, especially if you have friends. Up to 4 people can play. And they've added new characters. I think we're up to 6 characters now. And it's fun. It's definitely a game that you could play with friends, and I highly recommend it. And just so a disclaimer, all jokes aside, they're jokes. They're jokes, people. And that's it. If you like what you see, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I love hearing from you guys. And I'm going to do these for every single character, because why not? I'm hoping that this game gets a little bit more limelight, because it's a fun game. And they're still updating it. So that means more characters, more weapons, more bosses, different bosses. There's actually a 4th stage now. And also a second, third boss. Like, so it's not just the ship anymore. There's also a different one. That's really insane. And again, if you want to see that, me and my friend played it on Twitch, if you want to go see it. And at that note, I'll see you guys next time.